Welcome back, everyone. Day 10 of our 30 Days to Better Backswing with myself and Jonathan Moore from the Gray Institute. If you're curious what's going on in the first 9 days, head over to the Google Play or App Store, search GOLFZON LEADBETTER, download the app. You'll see the first 9 days of videos on there and all the videos to come. As always, stay tuned to the end. I'm going to give a few insights into the importance of the exercises Jonathan's going to show us and how they can be connected to your swing. First 9 days has mostly been about mobility and flexibility. Today, a little new subject. Jonathan's going to start talking about stability. First piece of advice, don't neglect the importance of this. I did, even as a coach. It was later on I started to realize the importance of this. This really can be a key in your swing. So let's see what Jonathan's got to say.
What I want to show you now is how you can just make a small change, a small adjustment to those exercises, and you're going to now find that you're working on more balance and stability. And when you're working on balance and stability, what you're going to notice in your body is you're going to notice this whole leg, okay? Your legs start to really feel like the muscles are being challenged, and there's an element of strength to it. Stability has an element of strength to it. Even though you're not loading yet, you are actually now requiring a lot more strength throughout your body. So you're going to start to feel that. You're going to feel your hips working really hard, your glute muscles, you're going to feel your core muscles, and your body's really going to like it, because you don't want to just have mobility, you don't want to be loosey-goosey, you want to have good control over that motion, and that's what these exercises are designed to do. So, if you're a golfer, keep following along, because we've only covered 9 days so far, so we got a long ways to go here in this month of January, and your body's going to keep really enjoying these exercises, and you're going to be able to make the best backswing and best golf swing of your life. So keep following along. All right, let's get right into it. So if you remember day one, what I did was I had this solid structure, right, where I made this turn, I attached myself onto that solid structure, and then from there I used my hips, and I went forward and backwards with my hips, I went side to side with my hips, and then I rotated towards the structure and away from the structure, and I really kind of mobilized my spine when I did that, okay? Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to continue to mobilize our spine, but we're now going to say you got to have the balance and stability and control through this trail leg while you do it, right? Because we end up getting a lot of weight and a lot of loading into that trail leg, into the backswing, and so we want to be able to have this stability and balance while we can mobilize our spine in these three directions, okay? So how we're going to do that, it's real simple. Narrow up your stance, okay? Get in that same position right there, okay? And then from there, pick your heel up off the ground. So now you're in this toe touch position. You put as little pressure into the ground as you can. And you're going to do the same thing. Hips going forward and backwards like there's a flashlight pointed out of your belly button there. Okay? Really emphasize the backwards motion, okay? Then side to side with your hips. All right? And then turn into the structure and turn away from the structure, okay? After you've done that a few times, now go ahead and pick your whole foot up off the ground, okay? So now you're just kind of hovering that foot above. Again, pushing forward, backwards, side to side, and then rotate. If you've never done this before, you are going to find these lower leg muscles and your glutes, your hip muscles, are really going to start to be turning on. So it's going to now be this great challenge for you, and it's going to be this great enhancement to the exercises you've already been doing. Your core is going to start working, and you're going to really start developing some great stability and control through that trail leg with that exercise. So hope you enjoy that one. Stay tuned to tomorrow, okay, for day 11, and we're just going to keep progressing. So stay tuned.
Jonathan makes it look easy, doesn't he? I can assure you it's not. And as I've said, don't neglect the importance of this. I certainly did earlier on in my teaching, and I missed a few things which I could have helped my students if I'd known the importance of stability. The club is essentially just a lump of metal. It's quite a heavy object, and we're swinging it at speed in the backswing with velocity. Now, the faster you swing it, the heavier it becomes. And we've got to have the stability to be able to stop this weight, change direction into the downswing. Often the missing link with people is they don't have that stability. So I can even think of a recent lesson which I had with one of my students, whereas they were really looking good. They were making the movements, they got lots of range of motion, but then as they were changing direction, you would see their hips slide to the right, which would then affect their upper body. Upper body would tilt to the left, which would then lead into the arms lifting and the club steepening. The reason that is, what she struggled with was stability. So as she's moving into that hip, she didn't have the stability to then brace and change direction. And that's a vast difference between moving into the hip, losing stability, affecting the upper body, affecting the arms. The way I'm going to start down from this motion is vastly different to then someone who can be moving into that hip at speed, brace, change direction, as we discussed yesterday with the lower body first, getting that little bit of separation. And that's all because of stability. So I say, don't neglect the importance of this. Don't think it's easy. These exercises are actually very challenging. Go through them yourself. Make a few swings afterwards, feeling stability in your leg, in your foot, in your glute as you're entering that backswing zone, changing direction. It's going to help you with other aspects we've looked at in the first 9 days.